welcome back to the channel. Man, I've been so active over the past few days, over the past couple weeks. There's a lot of moving parts going on behind the scenes, and instead of me babbling and explaining them now, let me just show you guys what's been going on. So here you go. So I am here working late. It is 2:33 on April 19th. And yeah, that's different. SoDef Films. If you guys don't know, I have another channel and it's been stagnant for 5 years, something like that. Haven't done really much of anything in that time. Maybe a little bit, maybe it's 4 years, I don't know. But I have all these videos that have not been completed that are sitting on my hard drive taking up space, and I want to get them off, and I don't know how to do it any better but than to edit them. But they have already been partially edited. 14 episodes. I think I am on episode 9 right now, and I'll still have to go through and fine-tune some last little bits, but for the most part, I'm like 8 episodes deep that are like 98% done, and this one is about 75% done, and I'm gonna try and get this done. Let's just do a little quick. I think I can get this and the next one done by 1 a.m. and then I'm gonna go to bed. I've just been looking at a bunch of the stuff that I've had on my computer, and while this kind of looks like my work desk, it is, but that's work computer. That's the computer I'm actually editing on right now, which they're actually exactly the same specs wise, which is really funny. But yeah, they're just, it's weird to think that they're older Macs. They're only 5 years old, something like that. 6 years maybe. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm in frame. Am I? Yes, I am. So sorry if I haven't been, because I didn't put it on wide, but and so this is season 5, I believe, of this. Yeah, anyways, just wanted to kind of just show you guys that I am actively working on other stuff. I found some old vlogs that I've already put up one, as you see, from when I lived in Beaverton. I also have some other ones that will go up here soon as well. That will be back from that time period. So yeah, more and more stuff is going to be coming out. Why? Because I enjoy it, and I have a lot of videos that are already edited, so why not? That's how you're seeing that. It's a good morning. I started way late today. I didn't pay attention how warm it was gonna be, and I'm paying for it. But last night I was up editing some videos for my SoDef Films page till 2 a.m. and woke up at 9. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then I was just kind of watching a little bit of videos, used the restroom, brushed my teeth, and it just took entirely too much time. Need to just force myself to not be on my phone unless I I allow myself to. So you're probably wondering, well, where are you going right now? I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just doing a 3.5 mile walk to benefit my health. But I give myself like a midway reward because I go basically an hour or a 1.25 miles out to a gas station, and this way that I go is a little new and it's a lot prettier. I tried this yesterday, but yeah, I just walk through the neighborhood all the way up to a gas station that's a little bit over 1 mile away, and then I get my energy drink, and then I get since it's the weekend, I do my high carb days on the weekend, so I can not necessarily mess up my diet, but kind of detour a little bit from it, so I can have more carbs, which is more fuel for my walking and everything like that. And then during the week I do low carb days, and I just changed last week everything, so I have a little bit less protein because I've lost weight. So I'm doing 1 gram per pound, and then I am carb cycling, which there's low carb days and then high carb days, which follows a actual calculation to do it. And before I wasn't following it, and because the coach I chose gave me this stuff, or gave me this, told me to just do it way less. So I was getting anywhere from like 1,500 to 1,700 calories on normal days. And then on high carb days, I do like 2,000, 2,100. And so I changed it, not with his recommendation, but for my own, because I just feel like I'm have a lack of energy. So far this week I've felt a lot better overall. I haven't lost any weight, but I didn't expect to lose weight for probably about 2 to 3 weeks, but I do expect it to come off faster than it was before, because that's the calculations. That's what he gave me initially, and then dropped me down way too hard. And everybody I talked to, everything I read was like, no, you gotta have more. And I was like, okay. So I'm trying more for probably 2 months. But within 6 weeks, if I am not losing any weight, I am probably gonna get with somebody else and go from there. But I think I got it. So yeah. Anyways, let's go back after I'm almost to the gas station. Like a micro water park at a high school. I ain't even playing. It's literally Hamilton High School. What the hell? This was not on my 2026 this should happen, this is gonna happen list.
Hey. The old machine. It's funny to be on the outside. Used to be in the hot seat.
Would you like to ask me some questions, babe?
Okay, Olivia, do you think I hold Henry emotionally hostage?
I mean, yeah. You call him Wee Wee?
Wee Wee!
What is that, like?
This is one of the longest timelines I have ever made in my life. This is 3 hours and 49 minutes. I don't know if you can see, but all those cuts All those cuts. Every line is a cut. Yeah. What are the chances the C-Boys TV is on at the gym? What the hell? Am I tripping? Chive TV? What the hell? Chompers. Beauty. Chompers. Piss on that poor boy. Yeah. Get her done. Yeah. Ralph. Ralph, hey. Let's go. Filming something. iPad down here. I was using my phone as a monitor, and then you would see this in the background. This was pretty much the shot. I'm filming for my SoDef Films page. So, man, this thing is bright. I got some new lights. I'm gonna show you. So I got these Amaran 25Cs. Man, these things are bright. That's what's lighting me right now. I think it's only at like 50%. So, pretty killer. I got two of them. They're RGB W. So they are super bright and they seem to last a good amount of time, which was my concern. I bought another set that weren't as bright. That's funny, it was at 69%. But yeah, I bought them for a few things, for like work stuff, for this type of stuff. I was basically shooting a commercial right now for Impact Tech USA. Sneak peek, if you use code FATPAT, PHATPAT, you get 10% off your purchase of Impact Tech products. Thanks, Impact Tech. But yeah, inserting it into some videos. I need to now chop that up and put those in all those videos. So enough babbling, I need to get to it. Somehow this got 1,200 views in 27 minutes. I don't know how. But we're starting at 1,350 subscribers. Let's see where we go. So I told you I wanted to include you guys more on a little bit more behind the scenes of what I do in my daily life, and I had like 10 extra seconds, well, a little more than that, but I wanted to show you this before I went on with my day. This is a quick product overview. This is just me shooting some B-roll, but I like to do some nice flat lays and just kind of get some stuff set out. Velocity Volts gave me a carrier, so I guess this is sponsored by Velocity Volts. I'll try and get a code from them, or if not, I'll put a code for RevRides in so you guys can get a discount. But I'm just trying to confirm with them what all is included, and when I find out, I will give you guys an answer, but I'm pretty sure. So this is the old carrier, it's the old style, and it's way different. In the video that I'm going to shoot, I'm going to show like a side-by-side comparison of the differences, what it comes with, so on and so forth. So you can order this as one piece, or you can do the add-on as well. And so it's meant for these bikes, these electric dirt bikes. So we're here, I got the 2026 Altis Sigma and the 2025. I'm about to do a video on the comparison between these two, and I need to transport them. So I figured, you know, no time than now than to get these, this info out. But yeah, so these are all the bolts to put the plates on. And how I am going to do it is all the plates will be on this, and I'll show you once I put it all together, you can see it. But these are the hooks to hold the bikes in. They didn't give me, like, I kind of get stuff ahead of time and prototypes, and Brandon forgot to get me some hooks, but I already had them for that one. So I was just trying to confirm that they haven't changed this hook design, that it's still exactly the same. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. So hopefully it's different. Otherwise, I'll just do another B-roll shot with the right product. I'll call Vincent to verify that this is what he has. But yeah, so I'm gonna put all this stuff together onto here. But these are really nice. They're very lightweight. If you have a car, this is probably the best way to go instead of getting a normal motorcycle carrier, because it breaks down into basically twice this thick. This can just be underneath here, or you can flip it around. So this is on the carrier. And yeah, I mean, I'll show a bunch of different aspects of it in our video on RevRides. But beyond that, this is the Velocity Volts rack. I have the light up. This flag was up there for something else previously when I was shooting the video, because I don't want light spread all over anymore. And then I have another Altis over here. So yeah, so I'm gonna shoot some more video on this once this all together and show people how this goes together. Wanted to touch on this. I've had this for a while. I had to modify it, make it a little bit smaller for a different rack, not for this one. This one, I think it would normally fit in there. I just ground down the sides. But these type of things, you can get one that has a lock. Like this has a lock, right? But this tightens this to there, and it makes so there's no slop at all. Like there's no pin in it right now, so it's not as accurate. But as you can see, it moves. That locks it in place. So I highly suggest these. This came with a rack, but if you just look up locking pin or something, I'll put some in the description below. Then this is just a standard pin. This doesn't operate. This doesn't have anything to do with slop, but this at least locks it in place. But I mean, these are just untwistable, so you can easily finger remove these. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Obviously, I won't be driving around with it all the way aired up, but I got a ton of room when it's aired up. When it's aired down, it is a little bit low. I do have another piece to make it higher from the previous rack that I had. But yeah, super simple. Drop the hooks in the pegs on both, and there. Put your strap through where your battery is, and voila. Let me show you what it looks like with it at ride height. All right, and that's ride height. I aired it up more in the back, but the wheel gap's pretty much even. So it's kind of low, but I don't think it'll hit the ground. You just definitely gotta be careful when you're backing up to things. Obviously, this is lowered. This is not a case and scenario where it makes sense for anybody that is driving a low vehicle. You could request them to make you a longer piece to raise it, and I'll show you. This part right here is what I'm talking about. So this is the older style. The new style has a bar that's reinforced in here and then a bar on the outside. So this one is already starting to dent right here. Just whatever material this old one was made out of is not quite it. So yeah, just gonna see if they can make me one of these that's taller for that other one. But still, I don't know if I need to. There's plenty of height off the ground. So, all right, boys, this is ride height. This is what I'm working with. It is low-ish. The tire is about 6 inches from the ground. I don't think it'll hit while driving. yeah, I think that if I go anywhere that's long distance, it's just not locally around, I'll probably swap to the longer one that I have still from the old one. Before you say that my van is lowered, it is not. I mean, it's technically lower than it would be stock by about an inch at this ride height, maybe 2, but you can see there's tons of clearance underneath and even more in the back. So I obviously can adjust this a little bit more as I see fit. So going in and out of place is not that big of a deal. These bikes are very similar, but there are some differences. And when you think they'll be like, oh, like just looking here, there's not that many differences. There's actually a lot. And I'll show you a little bit later, but let me go do my Dragy runs, and then later in the video I'll show you all the little differences of them. In typical fashion, there's you know I forgot the little rings for the mount, and then I didn't check the Dragy to make sure it's charged, but I found out that I can run it plugged in. Sorry if this is a little weird. My screen has a crack right through where the camera is, but I'm charging the Dragy right now. It's gonna just take a minute. I'm gonna drink some fluids and then put my helmet on and start filming this. But I figure I can get it a little bit of a jump start right now, and then I can plug it into the bike and it will get all of its juice. But it's just because I don't film enough of this stuff, and thought everything was charged, but I don't like to leave things on the charger, because the problem is that if it sits on the charger, you can kind of burn the battery out of whatever it is. So hydrate really quick and then get after it. But yeah, I have a lot of shots to get, and it's not really like that crazy of a video that I'm doing, but I have to do in helmet. I want to get one where it's flying by and a couple chase ones, and then I want to I got to get the Dragy, so that's technically another camera, which is my phone, and then I'll get like a couple pass-bys of the Osmo in the street, and yeah, and it's 5:19 and I'm off in 10 minutes. Now granted, obviously I'm doing something I enjoy doing, but you know, I'll be paid for 40 hours a week, so it is what it is. I'm not complaining, but it's just the things that I do for the place that I work for and for you guys watching content. So and that is also why I'm recording this for my channel behind the scenes, because I'm doing a lot of this stuff outside of work, and so I wanted to take you guys along so you guys can see what it takes to be a content creator for a business. I don't have any of the big cameras out. Like I said, this is a very simple shoot, but it's complicated in the fact that it's just me. I have to come up with the concept, the idea, film it, and edit it and put it out. So the concept of this video is the 2025 Sigma versus the 2026. What are the differences, and what are the power differences? Like, is it quicker? Is it faster? Just because it has 25 kilowatts versus 22, is that actually a difference? And we'll find out. This looks bad this way, but if I put it in different lighting, it looks fine. Like here, it doesn't look bad, right? It's annoying. Hopefully they shipped my phone. I'll find out later. I love my Rockform case, and it didn't crack because of my case. It cracked because my phone landed in rocks face down. So you can't protect it from rocks. And even if I had like a screen protector, it still would have probably cracked that, or it would have cracked the screen too. But I don't know, those screen protectors, I've had them before and they just break so easily, and this is the first time since I ran my phone over that I've ever shattered my screen since like iPhone 4 or whatever the first glass back and glass front, whatever iPhone that was. So yeah, I guess while we're waiting, I should mention, if you want to get the 2026 Sigma, you can use my code, and it's FATPAT1, so PHATPAT1, and you can either add foot pegs, handlebars, or the $100 gift card to your cart, and it'll give me support. I'll get like a tiny little kickback from that. It also helps the company that I work for see that, you know, I'm doing stuff outside of work. So you're supporting me with doing that, and I'm helping you guys out. You get, you know, at least $100 worth of support back. And then if you could use code FATPAT, so PHATPAT, you can go ahead and use that for getting your parts or anything like that. So you'd want to make 2 separate orders because you can't use it in one shopping session. So you'd have to use it in 2 different ones. So that'll save you 5% on most eMoto parts, not everything, but most. So again, it helps me. Being a content creator, a chief product officer, you know, life is expensive, and I'm not talking bad about where I work in any means or shape or form, but you know, you always need more money. So I'm trying to get to a point where I can save enough to purchase a home, save enough to retire. And so all that money goes back to that. So any money that I eventually see, once I eventually get monetized again, because I'm not monetized on this channel, guys. So run up the views if you could. I'm like 1,000 watch hours away because I haven't been active on my channel for a really long time. Obviously lately I have been, but yeah, if you guys could help me with those watch hours, I'd appreciate it. And I don't want to sound like I'm like begging or anything like that, but it's helpful. So let's get after it. I'll show you guys the behind the scenes of this, and then you guys can go watch the video on the RevRides channel. All right, these things are a blast. The 2026 Sigma is every bit better than the 25. It's taller, and I know it's a little bit on a downslope, but it's noticeably taller. I'll get the measurements. It's 10 miles per hour faster. And I thought that I drained more battery on the 26, but they both have 76%. And I rode them both identically the same. So I'm overly impressed. I've always liked this bike. It fits me very well physically. And while every bike, doesn't matter what brand, has a little bit of a downfall, just a little bit, at bare minimum, a little bit anyways, I should say, this has a few things that people didn't like. There's some things that I don't like. But man, the little things improved so much. Look at the sprocket size difference, how small that is, how big that is. That means this should have more top speed than that, but that has more top speed than this. I don't know, guys. I know there's a handful, probably a little bit more than a handful of haters of the Altis, but for its second year model to be that much of a difference, you can notice the suspension. So see how the suspension stops there versus there. So you got about an inch more travel in the front fork. And then they changed the actual geometry in the rear enough to where it raised the rear and possibly put a longer rear shock on. I'm not 100% sure how they did that, but I'll have to find out. But man, this is so good. Some people will be like, oh, you know, talk shit like I'm just saying all this good stuff about Altis. It has nothing to do with Altis as a brand. It has to do with that bike. That bike is just that good. Is it a motocross bike? No, not a single one of these are, except for a Stark Varg. And still, people change those up to make them better because they're not that good for what they are. They have to upgrade to make them more beefy. For my riding style, my riding ability, this bike is more than enough. It just is. I'm happy with it. I think it's a good choice. I think it's a good even starter eMoto or advanced eMoto. So if you want one, use my code PHATPAT1 and add yourself a set of foot pegs or handlebars to your basket on RevRides.com, or use my link down below, and you can get, or you could get also a $100 gift card. So let me know what you guys think about it. I know there's going to be probably 1 or 2 haters in the comments on Altis, you know, promised this, we should get all these features because of whatever. Guys, it would be like that with everything you purchased. It doesn't matter what it is. But this is what I feel like should have been released last year. But the only way this could have been released last year is by waiting a year to get to here. Do I think the 25 is bad? No, not at all. I think it's a good fucking bike. If somebody was to give me either one to have, I would take them. Either one. Doesn't matter which one it is. But if I was to choose, obviously the 26. I want the more power. I want the more speed. 80 miles per hour, dude, that's perfect. You don't need to go that fast, but it goes that fast. I'm super hyped. My van looks really cool. All right, let me load this stuff up. It's 7:45. I just got back. I am tired. I was fighting against the sun the whole time. Did some video of side-by-side comparison of top speeds, quarter miles, stuff like that out in Mexico. You know, Mexico. The 26 Sigma does 82 miles per hour top speed, GPS verified. Whereas the GPS verification of the 2025 is 72 miles per hour. The seat is taller, like the suspension of the bike is actually taller on the 26. The bike is just overall improved in a whole bunch of little ways that are great. It is just better overall in a lot of different aspects. Larger axle, larger sprocket and chain. So if you shrunk the gearing down on the bike, you would have even more top speed. It gets a little sketchy. I mean, like doing 82 on a dirt bike tire with a bead lock in it, it just shakes really crazy. So it also has the new larger front hubs for the larger rotors. It's also half a second faster in the quarter mile than the other one because it has more of a top speed. So whereas this hits 72 basically before the quarter mile, so that prohibits it, whereas this hits, I think it hits the 82 miles per hour in the quarter mile, like right at the end. I'm not sure exactly. They're both rad bikes, but. And seat height 34.25 versus 33, and that's measured at the front of the kickstand. It's obviously taller higher up in the back, but basically right at its kind of lowest point. All right, I got a hot take, and I rode both these bikes yesterday, and the 2026 Altis Sigma was 10 miles an hour faster than the 2025 Altis Sigma. And I am a bit confused as to why. I'm not, but I am, because the size of that sprocket is way smaller than the size of that sprocket. The larger size means lower top speed, but if you were to shrink it, you'd get more top speed. This bike does 72 miles per hour. This bike hit 82 and then 80 consecutively each time after. But it did hit 82 miles per hour, GPS verified. Got a smaller rear 520 chain. On this, you could get close to 90 miles per hour on the 2026 Altis Sigma. I think that it is potentially the fastest, lightweight, mid-weight eMoto in the industry right now. Obviously the Stark Varg is faster. Am I wrong? Is there something else out there that's quicker or faster, I guess I should say? Drop it in the comments below. I forgot to show behind the scenes, but I did a video on the Velocity Volts rack right here. This is my backdrop. You can see Velocity Volts right there. Yeah, so I have one last thing to do for filming, which is a little bit of a voiceover, which I'll just do in my office, but I just had the eRide Pro as the background. But my garage is an absolute dumpster fire. This is what happens when your day job is also part of your life. So yeah, gotta make some changes here. So this is all gonna get cleaned up probably, maybe even this weekend. I don't know, we'll see. I want to actually get out and ride this, or not this one, but this one this weekend. So we'll see if I can get out and ride that. That would be awesome. I'll take both of these and see if Vincent wants to go with, but do got to shoot a podcast this weekend. So that will be coming soon. Probably after this video, might be before this video. I'm not sure when I will get done with that, but yeah, I'm gonna put all this stuff away. It's currently 6:30 in the evening. Whenever I do videos, they tend to just drag on and end up getting done way later in the day because I have to do a bunch of other stuff during the day. So yeah, I'm going to get all this stuff inside, and then I need to go to the gym. So anyways,
yeah, this feels a hell of a lot better, dude. It should have kept stock. Well, I mean, I guess technically it's supposed to. But
yeah,
it feels really good. Back's a little thin, but other than that, it does feel lower.
just don't loop it. I did adjust it a little bit, but you can't adjust the throttle yet on it.
I mean, it has plenty of, see, that's why I feel like it's lower, because now it's doing that metro thing.
Yeah, but it's always done that because the only thing that's changed is the subframe and the seat and the stuff. Nothing else changed. Like the kickstand wouldn't have changed. But yeah.
It feels a lot better now. I kind of like it more.
Yeah. Even a 3.0 would be good, but I just think that this is, like, if you're gonna buy one, like, why not just buy this one? Because the battery, the battery's the biggest thing, right? It's the most expensive part.
Yeah, I wanted to try like circle wheelies on it, but I was like, I remember this thing being really twitchy, and I was like, maybe later I'll give it a go.
Yeah, after you get a little bit of riding in. Yeah. But all right, cool. Now we're gonna ride these.
What's this?
25, 26.
This is like perfect though, because like once you put your like balls in the tank, essentially, your legs are perfectly in there. You can just lay it left or right, or just hold on and just balance.
Yeah, really good in like on an MX track, like getting really in there in a corner and stuff would be like really good. Close the tower, Maverick. Close the tower. First time was an awesome. So Vincent bounced, but this is the podcast setup from behind the camera. So I have 50 mil on here to get that buttery bouquet. I have the 85 millimeter way over there. Let's see. See it, kinda? And then I have the Osmo right here as the main. So this is roughly what you saw in the background. It's pretty cool. Some little lights and stuff like that. But I just had like the Delta on the screen, and then I had our YouTube channels up here. Just so you can kind of see what's going on. Vincent on that side, me on this side, because this is Vincent, that's me, and yeah. So it was a good podcast, good day. We went out and rode the Sigmas like I showed you guys earlier.